and till then, bye bye. I'm going to sleep now. So guys, hello, I'm back, the another guy in this Photoshop series. So Shreyash don't know I am doing this. Basically, I am covering the next part of the selection. And whoever don't know what is happening here, so see our previous videos. You will get to know what is happening here. So for now, let's go to our Photoshop and let's explore our new tools. So guys, in this further video, we are going to discuss different types of selections. So for now, let's move to the Lasso tool first. So here is the first tool, Lasso tool. So Lasso tool is a tool for making a selection, like we used rectangular marquee tool and elliptical marquee tool. So like that only, but here is the Lasso tool. So I have just created the new layer here, and here we have the same options like new selection, add selection, subtract selection, and in marquee tool we have the specific shape selection tools like rectangular and elliptical. In this we have the advantages of we can select in our way, like free form way. All other things are same, only the type of the tools are going to change. So first is Lasso tool, which we can use it in any way like this. So I just filling the color, selecting layer and filling the color. Okay, remove this, Control Z. So I have created this selection. Okay, if I want to add the selection, go here, select this add selection, or remain in new selection, hold shift and add the selection. Okay, and if we want to subtract the selection, same, if we can go here or hold alt and subtract the selection. If we want to intersect the selection, same, we have to go here or hold alt and shift and just create a selection. It will intersect your selection. So Control D for deselection. This is the Lasso tool, the basic Lasso tool, which helps us to work in freehand selections. So next selection we have Polygonal Lasso tool. How Polygonal Lasso tool differs from Lasso tool? Let's see that. So in Lasso tool we have the freehand selection option. Okay, so in Polygonal Lasso tool, what happens? It makes the selection by connecting the straight lines. It creates only the straight lines, and if we want to end this selection, means if we want to connect this, you can see the change in the cursor. The small circle is coming, which denotes that the end of the selection. After clicking that, we have the selection. Okay, if you want to undo this selection like this, what I am doing is pressing the backspace button. Listen it again. I am pressing the backspace button. Why backspace button? Because in Lasso tool, Control Z not works for undo. You can see I am clicking the Control Z, but it doesn't work. So for if we want to go backwards, just hit the backspace button. Okay, and if we go anywhere else, like, or if we don't want this whole selection, you can only hit escape button to delete all the selection. It will clear all the points of the Polygonal Lasso tool. I will take an image for get understood more. I'm just downloading this image from Unsplash. Unsplash is a free website for stock images. This is a nice website. We can use it anywhere. So we have just taken the image from unsplash.com. So I am taking the Polygonal Lasso tool and I am going to make selections. I am starting from the outside. Backspace, just a second. Okay, I'm just clicking the points on the edges, so it can be create a selection. Okay, so why I'm doing this? If I want to change the sky or any other thing, so for just giving an example, I'm doing this. Okay, close the selection, and you can see this how the selection is created. So after selection, we have to copy this building on a new layer. So for that, we have to just right click and select this option, which is layer via copy. So here you can see a new layer created without a background. So for that we have a shortcut also, which is just clicking Ctrl plus J. So here we have the selection. We can add anything. I'm just adding this sky, for example, like this. Means not sky, a color, a blue color, which refers to the sky. And one more thing we can delete a sky directly from the image. We have the selection here. I'm just duplicating this background layer by holding this and dragging to the new layer option. So it will create a background copy. It will duplicate the layer. I will suggest you to duplicate a layer. So after duplicating a layer, just go again on the canvas, right click and select inverse here. Where is the inverse? Select inverse here. So after doing this, the selection has been inversed, change to the opposite of that selection. Okay, so here we can just delete the selection and Ctrl D to deselect. Here we have covered the inverse selection option. For that also we have the shortcut. So what is the shortcut? Shortcut is Ctrl plus Shift plus I. See how it's work? Ctrl plus Shift plus I. Like this only we can delete the selected area. Okay, so this is how Polygonal Lasso Tool works. So guys, we have next tool, which is Magnetic Lasso Tool. We will find it below the Polygonal Lasso Tool only. So how the Polygonal Lasso Tool works? So let's see how the Magnetic Lasso Tool works. So for that I am just creating a point here by clicking once on that point with the Magnetic Lasso Tool and just moving side by side with the edges of the Magnetic Lasso Tool. Okay. So what to do in this situation? If we want to go backwards of that selection, so simply we have to do same as we done in the Polygonal Lasso Tool. Just click backspace, okay, and move the mouse according to the selection. If you want to get rid of this whole selection, so just click escape. Okay, so I am going to create another selection here. Okay, we have to be precise with this. It will create a automatic selection with this. So how I am panning this canvas? By holding the space bar. It will interchange in the panning tool with from any other tool. So just pan upward and again start to select a area. You can also make your own points if it not works as per your choice. Okay, for now, okay. So here we have created the selection here. So just Ctrl J to copy the selected object, and here you can see the cherry has been separated from the background or image. So here we have the additional settings here. So let's see what is that. First is width. If we increase the width option, you can see I am just increase the width option by 39 pixel. I am going to start select here. So in our first selection, what I am doing, I am remaining closer to the edges of this or edges of this stem. So after increasing the width, I can go away from the stem. It will create automatic selection. Then also you can see if I go away more than 39 pixels, it has been created point outside the stem. So make sure you should check how many pixels you have taken the width, and it will create the selection in that range. Okay, and the second option is contrast. Basically it's like checking the contrast between both the colors. Like if I increase the contrast, it can be more precise for that. So it will help you to make a selection like this. You can see how fast we have made the selection. So just Control J. Okay. So here we have two cherries which we separated from the background with the help of magnetic lasso tool. So let's move on to the next tool, which is object selection tool. So in object selection tool, what happens? The object selection tool automatically differentiates the object with the background. Example, I am just hovering the mouse on this cherry. It has automatically created the blue patch which is differentiated by the object selection tool. Okay, I am just clicking it. It will create a selection like this. I am again clicking on the another cherry. It is creating selection. If I want to add the selection, you have to go here, select add selection option, or just click shift and add the selection. So I am creating a copy of this selection. You can see how precisely it has selected the cherries and removed from the background. So in this way the object selection tool works. So let's move to the next tool, which is magic wand tool. You can find this magic wand tool below the object selection tool only. So how the magic wand tool works? So basically magic wand tool selects an area based on its color. So I am just clicking on this background which have similar kind of color. So by clicking here, you can see how the magic wand tool selected the similar colors, but the selection is not happened here. So what we can do, just hold shift and add the selection. You can see how selection is added, or just Control D deselect and go here. Here you can see tolerance value. If we increase the tolerance value, we can select more area in one click. So for first time we have selected this much area. After increasing the tolerance value, I am clicking on this and you can see in a one click only we have selected the more area. How much we increase the tolerance value, it will go deeper into the color. Okay, so you can just add this selection here like this and just delete the layer. So this is the way how magic wand tool works. So just move on to our next selection tool, which is quick selection tool. So basically quick selection tool make a selection with the help of the edges of the object. It automatically detects the edges of the object. So just click on the object which we have to select like this. You can see how the quick selection tool works. You can go here and just increase the size. Okay, and or you can just click square brackets which you will find side of the P button. Okay, just by clicking closing square bracket, it will increase the brush size of the quick selection tool, and if we click open square bracket, it will decrease the brush size of our quick selection tool. So if I have big objects, so I work with large brush like this. If I want to select this stem, then we have to decrease the size of the brush like this. You can see more smaller here. You can also drag the area. More smaller like this. So just clicking Ctrl J and same. So guys, this is the selection tools in Photoshop. This is the part 2. Whoever not seen the first part of the episode 2, so you can watch it now. It's on the channel in the playlist called Photoshop series. I hope you have liked this video. For more videos like this, subscribe to our channel Skillvolution, and till then, bye bye.